Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Let's take a look at the chart. Start with the big picture, and that is the low to mid 350s, our primary longer term overhead resistance that, if tested, and it has been quite a lot over the last couple of months, can contain buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis, and only if we can close any week, that is a Friday, above 355.32, would we then anticipate a long-term buy signal that should ultimately then yield the 517.66 5-year channel top. We've been here before last November on the heels of the election. The market obviously exploded and almost tested the 517.66 channel top. It was in the low 500s at the time, as I recall. Might have been in the upper 490s. 488.53 was the high before we collapsed back, closed below the channel bottom, which continued the collapse. And so here we are. This is our ceiling. I don't expect to see it anytime soon, especially following, Monday's incredible gap lower. You start a political party that might oppose the American president, and this Fortune 500 company finds itself on its heels. 302.53, I think, was a significant sell signal, at least near term. And so if you're a 2 to 3 week swing trader, I think 259.86 is in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. In fact, that is our expectation. 302.53 can be sold. It is a rising 2/3 speed line projected off that April low, trend defining in many respects. 302.53, if tested, able to contain buying through next week. And from here, we should continue south over the next 2 to 3 weeks to the 259.86 channel bottom, where we could actually bottom out on a weekly basis. We may actually bump this up to a 4-star support. It's only 3 stars now, only because I only anticipate an extensive sell-off through the rest of the year unless we close below this 259.86 channel bottom. So it has a longer term implication if settled below. And on the weekly chart, the same formation comes in at 260.50. And this is the point I'm really making, that if over the next few weeks we close below this channel bottom, 259.86 on the daily chart, then we enter a significant sell signal where I do think a collapse within a month or two perhaps into the 160s would be in play. The 161.31 to 167.42, a 5-year channel bottom, which is really the sister formation that I mentioned earlier to this 517.66 channel top, able to contain selling on an annual basis. We could bottom out here through 26 and turn higher. In my opinion, Tesla remains a viable automobile company above the 160s. Below the 160s, forget about it. That's just my opinion, but technically speaking, I would see continued losses on a longer term basis, and it just the momentum would be gone. The possibility for upward rotation later into next year would evaporate, and so I'm way ahead of myself here, because first and foremost, we would need to close below this 260.50 channel bottom. And that is considered, let me find the right chart, is considered a 2 to 3 week target right now below 302.53. On the way down, we still have the 5/8 Fibonacci. I don't expect to see that today. This is really our levels for the day. 284.70. I don't think we have it labeled anywhere. Yesterday's, that is Monday's low, was 288.77. I have that as a minor point only. 284.70 is this low settlement price that occurred following the collapse in late May into early June. The low close on the daily chart following that high is 284.70, can contain intraday selling, and yes, if we break, especially if we open today below 284.70, 272.87 in reach, where a daily low can be placed. That 5/8 Fibonacci did actually contain selling pressures back in early June when we tested it, as did the 2/3 speed line, and as you recall, a channel bottom that I don't even know if we're illustrating anymore. And no, we're not. There's just only so much room on the page. So that covers the downside pretty well. Not unless we close below 259.86 does this market continue collapsing into the fourth quarter. Until then, this is solid bottom picking territory that we're actually expecting over the next 2 to 3 weeks below 302.53. Now, if we happen to, and I don't see this today, But I was going to say, if we happen to push through 302.53, is 315.49 in reach? I just don't know what kind of bullish information could enter the market. Right now, we're technically heavy. And so the challenge is certainly to the upside right now. The path of least resistance is down below 302.53. So the way I really want to phrase this is that if we close today above 302.53.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
This 1 week channel top at 315.49 is then likely tomorrow, Wednesday, where we can place a daily high. And if settled above 315.49 is our aggressive upward pivot point through the rest of the week and into next. Yes, we've got the 339.33 former channel bottom. That over the next 3 or 4 days converges anyway with our significant 350. So the way I would really want to phrase this, and let me back up just a little bit and mention that this is the image I really want to present, that if we do close today back above 302.53, we're in a stable framework once again. I know it's back and forth, but there's just a lot of back and forth information entering this market. And yes, bearish through the rest of July below 302.53, expecting 259.86 within 2 to 3 weeks. But if we close above 302.53, you must not discount the possibility for this stock to rally over the next 2 or 3 weeks. A hard-fought rally, I would say, up into the low to mid 350s, 351.39 to 355.32. And it will be less hard fought, if you will, if we then close above 315.49. So I do think there's a couple ways to play this. If you're short the market right now and we close above 302.53, if you're short the market right now and your time frame is 2 to 3 weeks out or less, and we close above 302.53, I think you'd probably want to cover that short position, because I think odds then favor kind of this, what I would call kind of a slow grind into the 350s within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. And certainly if we were to then also close above 315.49 a day or two later, I think that is your signal to aggressively go long again into later July. The low to mid 350s, then a likely 1 to 2 week objective above 315.49. So 315.49 is your momentum shift to the upside near term. Closing above 302.53 neutralizes our 2 to 3 week bearish momentum, and it does shift bullish momentum back into the shift momentum back into the bullish column, but it doesn't become a convincing rally, I think, unless we close above 315.49. So I'll let you play this as you see it. A 1 to 2 week, 2 to 3 week swing trade would present itself to the upside with a close above 315.49. Now, as it turns out, this rising 2/3 speed line and descending channel top are all, gradually converging into a single point over the next full week. So it will become more of a range as we move through time, below which 259.86 remains a 2 to 3 week target, and above which the 351.39 to 355.32 area. But, really in closing, I just want to reemphasize that holding below 302.53 maintains a 259.86 2 to 3 week target where profits can be taken. And yes, I think you can go long at 259.86 despite the fact that we've been breaking to a new low off following that May high. I think this is an area to bottom pick carefully, of course. Now, whether you bottom pick the market, that is to say buy it on weakness, or you then wait for upward rotation and a presentation of a buy signal, we would present that to you, of course. That is your call altogether. Some people only like to buy on strength. I can definitely see the validity in that. Others like to bottom pick on weakness. I see the validity in that too, because you're getting a better price location on long entry. But that is another story altogether. I think that pretty much rounds it out. 2 stock picks a week, wickedstocks.com. We'll be putting one out today Tuesday, another tomorrow or Thursday. We've been hitting it pretty well the last couple of months. And so you might want to check it out. I don't even remember what we're putting out today, but because I haven't actually done the video yet. But you also, with that 5-day free trial, get daily triple Q and daily SPY analysis and weekly Apple stock analysis. You get a full assortment of information, and especially if you're trading Tesla and Nvidia, I think having the triple Q and SPY as well to trade and to use as a sort of an intermarket analysis for broader market swings, I think is a good play. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Wednesday's Tesla, and you have a great day.